I was a high school teacher back in the 1970s, and well, you got out of school like 2:30. I was home by 3:30. I mean, to me, I had to do more than this. I had to do something else. So I went to the library. I found this book, How to Make $1 Million in Real Estate. Well, that sounded pretty good. So I started to get into the real estate game. One of the first properties that I bought was the first real multifamily that I bought that I wasn't living in was a 5-family house. So I buy this 5-family house, and all of a sudden, I'm regretting my decision. What the hell was I thinking buying this property? And it was really because this one tenant, this old bastard called Hutchinson, who was calling me up. Oh my God. I mean, this was before texting and all this stuff. So, this guy is actually calling me up on the phone again and again and again. I worked in this real estate office. I'd come back in and they'd say, hey, Hutchinson just called 4 times. The next Friday, Hutchinson. Oh my God, this guy's driving me crazy. Okay, he's got his windows got a crack in it. The hallway wasn't swept. The screen door in the back had a hole in it. They did a terrible job mowing the lawn. Somebody was parked in his parking space. I mean, it was one thing after another after another. What was the matter with this guy? What kind of he didn't have, was his whole life like tormenting me? I go over there to meet him. And as soon as I met the guy, I said, no, I don't want to admit this, but, I actually like the old coot. And, I mean, everything that he said, he's showing me around the property. This. I said, he was right on every single count. I said, he was really looking out for my property. So, I mean, how mad could I be at this guy? All right. He sits down, asks me if I want a cup of tea. I'm having a cup of tea at his table, at his kitchen table. And he says, hey, I want to show you something. So he goes in and he comes out with this stack like this high of notebooks. And he takes out a notebook, and like every line, every page, every line has filled in. Well, he's lived in this house for 34 years, and he has recorded his rent payment every single month. And he actually had a running total of all of this. And he says to me, you just bought this property for $57,000, and in my 34 years here, I've paid $42,000. I've almost paid as much in my rent as you've paid for this property. What do you think about that? And I said, this really is something to think about, all right? Because it is tenants like Hutchinson, month after month, year after year, in Hutchinson's case, decade after decade, paying their landlord rent. So I really liked Hutchinson. I liked him enough to give him a little $25 off on his rent. And I asked him to be the manager, keep an eye on things for me. So this was really a symbiotic, positive, beneficial relationship going. And it started me on to think, it's very important to love your tenants, because it's guys like Hutchinson that really make this business work.